Welcome to the Los Angeles Angels Draft Only franchise. As I said in the intro video, we will be building this team 90%, 99% through the draft. We were allowed to make one big trade. That was the Zach Neto for Jesus Made trade I made in the introductory video. And from here on out, we're going to be adding players through the draft, through the Rule 5 draft, and through undrafted free agents. We just wrapped up spring training. We were not very good, going 9-18, but Major League roster, we really don't care about the 40-man roster. They'll all be gone and cut after this season, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on those. We'll just show you how they're progressing, but no real gameplay from them. I will show you gameplay from some of our prospects, Jesus Made, Nelson Rada, Tyler Bremner, some of those guys. But the main focus of this issue is to get us through this first season so we can cut all the 40-man roster guys and pick up some new guys in the Rule 5 draft and add a bunch of guys through our draft picks. We have 6 draft picks and we pick second overall, so that's going to be very helpful. So I will be scouting players, showing you updates on that process as we go through it. I'll show you the entire draft, and we'll get through this season real quick. Try not to make this a long video. I'd rather keep it closer to an hour than 2 hours. But we'll get the whole season done in one video, and we'll move through the first probably 2 or 3 seasons in this same fashion, and just focus on getting our young players into the team, into the system, and getting them improved and their ratings up so that they're ready to go to the majors. Once we get all those guys up to the majors, then we'll slow things down. So without further ado, we'll get out of spring training here, get into the regular season, and you'll either see some draft prospect updates or some gameplay. I don't know which we're going to do next, but stay tuned. You'll get to see either one or both as we get through this first season quickly. And I don't know what causes this. Zach Neto is the best shortstop that the Brewers have on their roster, but for whatever reason, the CPU in franchise decided to designate him for assignment, place him on outright waivers, and he got sent to AAA, even though he's an 84 overall B potential, and he's better than the starter. Go figure. And we've reached opening day down at AA. We have the Rocket City Trash Pandas taking on the Chattanooga Lookouts. George Clausen going to get the first start against Carson Spires, and we'll quick sim this. I'll show you any highlights that pop up. Maybe I'll let you see the first at-bat for Jesus Made and Nelson Rada. But we just want to get through the season quickly, so we just want to make sure you actually see these guys with their first start of the season. And there's George. You can see what he throws: 4-seamer, 2-seamer, slider, and a cutter. And the first at-bat of the season. Strikes out Rodriguez. Single, error, single. We got 2 on, 2 out, and a fly out, and we get out of the jam. And now Nelson Rada, one of our top prospects, going to be up. We're going to go in and watch him take this at-bat. And his first at-bat of the season. I will let you know that we are going to watch the CPU play and also play with these guys. I want to get a feel for them. Last time with the White Sox, we spent most time building the team and then didn't get to play with them. So I do want to actually step in and take at bats and pitch with these guys. So you'll see a combination of both, and definitely going to have to help the hitters down in the minor leagues pump their stats up so they can get ratings boosts. Now Rada's down in the count, 1-2. Pitch from Spires. As I shot into right field, a couple of steps in, that's going to be caught for the first out. That'll bring in Jesus Made, the big player that we traded for. Got him from Milwaukee for Zach Neto. Good contacts, got speed, not a big power bat, really good glove. And the pitch from Spires. And it's a fly ball into center field, shallow, racing in. Center fielder is going to have that for the second out. And we go back to quick sim. Single and a strikeout. And the Lookouts jump up 1-0 here in the third with 2-out double by Collier. Single by Crystal makes it 2-0. And Nelson Rada gets a 2-out triple here in the 7th inning, down 3-0. That's his first hit of the season. See what Made can do here. New pitcher, and he grounds out. And Nico Cavadas with a 3-run shot here in the bottom of the 8th inning ties this game. Nelson Rada, 2 on, 2 out. Draws a walk. Jesus Made up, bases loaded. Let's go take a look. All right, sacks are jammed, 2 down, 3 runs in the inning already. See Made 0 for 3 on the day. The count is even at 1. Here's the pitch from Maxwell. And he tries to bunt. I don't know why he's trying to bunt with 2 out. And Made's down on a count 1-2. Trying to find a gap somewhere. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. And Made down on a count 1-2. 2 out, bases loaded, trying to take the lead late. And he takes strike 3 right down the pipe. But we do get 3 runs and tie the game. And the Lookouts would win the game 4-3 in extra innings as we drop our first game of the season. And Jesus Made would get his first hit as a member of the Angels organization. Got a single here in game 2 of the season. Nico Cavadas with another home run. Corey Holland added a home run and drove in 4. But we blew the game late and take another loss, this time 7-6. And now it's time to get our first look at all of the potential draft picks. You see we got a few 20-plus-year-old guys at the top. Center fielder Robert Tyson, the first 18-year-old. Really good speed and defense, but he's not going to be maxed out. So those hitting stats will be lower. Another 18-year-old with really tight splits. So he probably won't be a 99, 91. He's probably going to come in somewhere in the high 70s, low 80s. Another 18-year-old third baseman here. Good bat, good field, doesn't have a strong arm. See if we got any more hitters up here. Michael Nieves, 20-year-old center fielder. Looks like he's speed mostly. Third baseman Frank Davis, he's 22. Good power bat. These guys back at the front. Billy Shepard, 21-year-old. Looks like he's going to be, well, he could be anywhere in there. There's only a 10-point gap between his potential and his overall, so it's probably going to be a lower side than the higher side, but could be someone that we could use right away. Don't know if I want to take that on a 21 or a 22-year-old right away. Kevin Redmond, another one, 21-year-old. Great power bat, decent glove, good speed. We already have Made at short, so 6'1", he could always play first base or third base. A bunch of pitchers in here. Let's go this way. Catcher, Rico Ponce. Pretty solid, pretty flat across the board, so not bad. Branham, more glove than bat. First base. Another one, not going to be at the very top, so imagine he'll probably be somewhere in the high C, low B range. It's another 99, mostly glove over his defense, or glove over his bat. Vernon Gonzalez, pretty good bat. Shortstop, Kevin Redmond, we already saw him. Sandy Ullman, more speed than anything else. Center fielder, looked at those 2 guys. Here's Michael Nieves. Right field, Willie Baird. Nothing outstanding at the moment. Starting pitching, got a 22-year-old. Looks like he'll be a stud right off the rip, but he is 22. Another 20-year-old, great hits per 9 innings, great stamina, great velocity. 20-year-old, more balanced. This guy looks like a reliever. This guy looks pretty good. He's not going to strike anybody out. Tight split, though. So we will hop in and get these guys scouted up, and we'll show you which guys we like the most right before we get to the draft. And we would win our first game on that Sunday game against Chattanooga. Look at the box score real quick. Not going to show you a ton of these during the year, but Nelson Rada gets his first home run of the season. Made with another hit and a run scored. And down on the pitching side, Tyler Bremner, the real first-round pick from 2025 by the Angels. 2 runs, 7 strikeouts, 6 innings, gets his first professional win. And we wrap up the month of May with the Trash Pandas sitting at 31-19 with a 1-game lead over the Chattanooga Lookouts. Let's take a quick look at the stats. See Nelson Rada leading the team with 51 hits, 10 home runs, 20 RBIs, 7 steals. Hopefully he'll continue on that path. We need a good center fielder. Travis Blankenhorn hitting .320, He's a 28-year-old D, so nothing special. Jesus Made, 259, only has 1 home run, 5 steals, but making progress across the board. Nick Cavados, only 224 but 9 home runs. Rio Foster, 10 home runs. He's a D potential as well. And nothing much else there. Laverde, he was injured and just came back, so hopefully we can get him some more ABs. On the pitching side, Tyler Bremner, 5-3 with a 1.93 ERA, 59 strikeouts in 60 innings. Got to cut down on those walks. Victor Medeiros, 5-0 with a 2.15 ERA, 57 strikeouts, 58 innings. George Clausen, 1-2, 379 with 53 Ks in 54 innings. You can see a lot of these guys have high strikeout totals. That's good. Bullpen side, pretty decent. Mason Erla, he's a starting pitcher. We moved over to reliever because of his stamina being so low. See potential, but he is 27 years old, but pitching well out of the pen. Sammy Peralta, 28 Ks in 20 innings. He's 26 and a D, so nothing there. And Kenyon Yovan, who's listed as a closer, but we're not using him as a closer, pitching okay. We are using Jose Fermin as our closer. 23, but walks are a bit high and D potential, so really got to work on getting some pitchers into the system. Brandon Drury up in AAA. He is not on the 40-man, hitting 234, 7 and 21. He is 32 with a C potential, plays first, second, and third, so we might see him a little bit more in the series. Oscar Colas as well, not on a 40-man, and he is down to a D potential, so nothing special there for us. And I think that's it on the AAA side. And a quick update on the Major League side, Taylor Ward leading the team in hits. Joe Adell leading in home runs, Taylor Ward second. And you can see Mike Trout down here hitting 314, but he's been injured, only played 18 games. And he needs 19 home runs to get to 400. And I'll give you a quick update on the progress on the scouting side. You can see Damian Weaver. Looks like he's going to be a B to an A potential, somewhere in the 60s probably. 20-year-old starting pitcher. Listed number 1 on our board currently. Still has a little bit time to go here on his scouting. Freddie Lorenz, number 2, guaranteed A, probably in the low 70s. Not bad. If he's there with our pick, that's a strong consideration. We have Billy Shepard. He's 21 years old. Going to be a B potential in the 70s. Can play all 3 outfield positions. And he's pretty level across the board. Really good speed and defense. So that's another option for us to take at 2. As well as Kevin Redmond. You can see he's probably going to be a high B in the 60s. 21-year-old shortstop, can play second and third as well, and he's 6'1". We already have some shortstops, so he'd probably go to third base with this power potential, good defense, but not much of a contact. And you can see some of these guys we haven't scouted yet, but got a starting pitcher here who could be a possibility. Good walks per 9, A potential in the 60s, 22-year-old starting pitcher. If he was 19, I would strongly consider it, but we're not going to do it for a 22-year-old. Great stamina, great walks and hits per 9. Guy looks like he'll be a stud, but we need more than just pitching. If this was like year 3 or 4, I would strongly take him. But you can see we have some options further down. Another non-rated guy that's probably going to be in the C, in the low 60s. Maybe a very low B, but anyway, that's our update so far. Some overrated players. A lot of guys we haven't gotten around to scouting yet, mostly because we picked at 2 and then 43. So we really need to, find somebody later in this 43 range up in here. And there's a lot of pitchers, a lot of first basemen there, non-rated guy. So probably going pitcher with our second pick, but we'll just get more of these scouted up. And we're still looking at this Bobby Siegel. And maybe once he gets completely scouted up, he'll drop back down and be a possibility for our first pick as well. You can see great contact, great defense, good speed. So hoping he comes in on the higher side and bounces back as we finish him off. And we're going to hop into this game at Pensacola, Trash Pandas and the Blue Wahoos. And we're going to watch Jesus Made. We're going to player lock on him and just watch the CPU bat with him for the entire game. And the Blue Wahoos put up 2 runs in the top of the first with 3 hits and an error. Rada grounds out to start at the bottom of the first, so let's hop in here and watch Jesus Made. All right, this is the guy we traded Zach Neto to get, our future shortstop.
1-0.
See what he's done on the season. He's added another home run since we ended the last month. Now Made down on the count 1-2. Here's the pitch from Jacob Miller. It's a tapper to short. Scoop and a throw, and they gun him out for the second out of the inning. And George Clausen on the mound today just gave up a 2-run shot to Etzel. It's now 4-0 Blue Wahoos. And here we are, bottom of the fourth. Jesus Made leading off. Let's see if he can get things going. We still have no hits. All right, jumpstart this offense. Let's go. Fouled back, strike one. Got to get something going here. No hits at all. All right, Made with a 1-1 count. Here's a pitch. Pops it up on the infield. Swung at a terrible pitch. And third baseman is going to walk in and grab that for the first out of the inning. And Laverde, the catcher, gets our first hit of the game with a double. Walk. We got 2 on for Nelson Rada. Fielder's choice. A minute at the corners. 1 out for Made. Let's hop in here and see if he can get the job done. All right. Need to get that guy home from third at the very least. There's a ground ball to first base. Are they going to turn 2? There's 1. Throw to first. And a pitcher beats him to the bag, and a double play ends the rally. My goodness. All right, Blankenhorn with our second hit of the day. To no avail. All right, Nelson Rada led off the bottom of ninth with a single. See if we can get some late magic here as we go in and watch Made's potential last at-bat of the game. All right, got some speed on first. Here's a pitch. It's a ball. See Made 0 for 3 on the day. Heading to count 1-0. Miller's still in there with 78 pitches here in the ninth. There's a ball. Made up in the count 2-1. Here's a pitch from Miller. Takes strike 2. Now the count's even at 2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. Trailing by 4. Here's a shot into left field. That's going to drop. And left fielder's going to throw the ball back in, and Rada's going to hang at second base. So we got 2 on, nobody out. Tying run now on deck. All right, our first hit on camera, and they're going to take him out now. They don't want to blow this game. All right, back to the quick sim. Rio Foster, double play. Blankenhorn flies out, and we lose 4-0. Look at this box score real quick. Matthew Etzel with a big home run. And Rada and Made both with hits. Clausen, 4 runs, 3 earned in 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, no walks, like that. And the bullpen did their job, but we couldn't get anything going on offense. In the Southern League, first half came to an end with the Trash Pandas holding a 1-game lead over the Lookouts. So we will be in the playoffs for sure as we get the first half victory. AAA, our Bees are in first. And in the majors, the Angels are 40-37. Only 2.5 games back, and we need them to start playing more. On the wrong side of that, need them to lose some games so we can get a better draft pick, but we'll just do what we got to do this second season in the draft. We at least have the second pick in this draft. And we have reached the last game before the draft, so we're going to do a player lock with Nelson Rada in this game, since we already did one with Jesus Made. So get a look at our second best hitting prospect, and then we'll go right into the draft. And Jesus Made flies out to start the game. So now it's time to take a look at Nelson Rada. So he's hitting .279 with 12 home runs on the season. And Rada down on the count 0-1. Here's the pitch. It's a shot foul down the right field line. Rada down on the count 1-2. Nobody on and 1 out here in the first. And he takes strike 3 in the big bender, and that's the second out. 2-run homer by Sal Stewart. Gets the Lookouts up 2-0 here in the second. A double and a single makes it 3-0. Here we are in the top of the third inning, down 3-0. Nobody on, 2 out. Let's watch Nelson Rada's second at bat. All right, see if we can get a little 2-out magic going here. See, he's 2 for 9 in the series. And he tries to lay down a bunt. Pitcher comes in, turns and throws, and he's safe. He beats it out. There we go. Like to see that. Next batter, Josh Crouch. See what he's done. Having a good season so far. See if Rada wants to try and steal a bag here. And the ground ball to first, and that's going to end the inning. After 2 singles and a sac fly gets us on the board. Rada's up now. Tying run at the plate. 1 on, 1 out. All right. Got a bunt single last time. See what we can do here. Rada works it to 2-1. So you can find a hole here through the infield. And it's snagged by the third baseman. Now the extra base hit's written all over it, and that's his second out. And Crouch would strike out the end of the inning, but we did get 1 to make it 3-1. Nico Cavados with a solo shot makes it 3-2. And Jesus Made starts off the 7th with a double, so we get the tying run in scoring position, nobody out. Let's see if Rada can bring him in. All right, a little late rally here in this game. Looking for a clutch hit. There's ball 1. 1 for 3 on the day. And an extra base hit taken away in his last at-bat. And Rada's worked the count to 3-1. Doesn't want to walk this guy. Here's the pitch. And a line shot. Oh, snagged by the shortstop. Another extra base hit taken away by the lookout defense. My goodness. And now Josh Crouch, chance to tie it. He singles, and it's, oh, he's out at the plate. They threw out Made, so it's still 3-2. New pitcher, single. We got 2 on, 2 out. And a strikeout ends the rally. Man, all that work and nothing comes of it. We have 2nd and 3rd, 1 out here in the 8th. Denzer Guzman up. Just need a sac fly to tie this game. And we get it, so the game's tied. Go ahead run at second base with 2 out. Jesus Made grounds out to end the rally. Now we go to the top of the 9th. Tied at 3. Rada leading off. Let's see if he can get this rally started. All right, he's 1 for 4, but he's been robbed of 2 extra base hits by the defense. Strike 1. Rada's down on the count, 0-2. It's a fly ball under straightaway right field, and that's not going to be anything but a fly out to start the inning. And now it's Rada's time again here in the 11th inning. Emerson led off with a double, 2 straight outs, so tying run still sitting at second base with Ian Jabot on the mound. See if Rada can finally come through here. See if we can hit one past their glove this time. He's been robbed twice. Says 1 for 5. It could easily be 3 for 5. 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Scoop. Oh, he drops it. Throw to first. And he beats it. So the error by the shortstop keeps the inning alive. Got great wheels there. E6. We're not done yet. Go ahead and watch Josh Crouch. See if he can come through in the clutch here with men at the corners and 2 out. Foul ball. Now Crouch is down in the count, 0-2. See if he can find some grass somewhere. Here's the pitch from Jabot. Swings and misses and strikes out, and the rally's over. Now we're in the 14th inning. Jose Made draws a walk off Davy Garcia. That'll bring in Nelson Rada again with a chance to give us the lead. Nelson 1 for 6. That's a tough 1 for 6. Like I said before, he had 2 hits taken away. Could easily be 3 for 6. Counts even now, 2-2. Here's a pitch. Ground ball, base hit past the third baseman. Down, stopped by the left fielder before it gets to the corner. Made's going to walk into third base, though. Didn't field that cleanly. It gives him and Rada an extra base. So now we have 2nd and 3rd and nobody out on the error by the left fielder. We haven't had luck watching, so I'm going ahead and get the sim here. Crouch, see if we can get this sac fly. Strikes out. Cavados strikes out. Now it's going to take Calabrese. He walks. Bases are loaded for Carter Kieboom. He singles in 2 runs, and it's 5-3. And the Trash Pandas hang on and win 5-3 in extra innings. Look at this box score. Made 1 for 5 with a walk and an RBI. Rada 2 for 7. 3 hits for Cavados. 2 for Kieboom with 2 RBI. 3 hits for Miles Emerson. Cavados with the home run. Clausen pitched well. Bullpen pitched excellent. And we get the dub. And now it is draft day, the most important day of the season for this franchise since we're building the entire roster through the draft for the most part. This will get us going, add to the prospects we already have, and I would greatly prefer hitters over pitchers in the first round especially, but we will see what is there, and we'll just take the best player available. So let's hop in here and I'll show you what we found so far. All right, on the starting pitcher side, Damian Weaver, listed as number 1, 20 years old. Looks like he's going to be a high B, low A in the high 50s, low 60s, unless he comes in on the higher end. He's got good strikeouts. His walks and hits aren't that great. 4-pitch mix. Next, Freddie Lorenz, guaranteed A, somewhere in the low 70s. He's 22 years old, so that's not good. That's on the older side. By the time we're ready to compete, he's going to be 27 years old. And good numbers. Stamina's a little bit low, but walks are a great position there. 4-pitch pitcher, lefty. Then we get this non-rated Larry Kaminsky. Have him third on our board. Great walks per 9. Work in progress there. Gary Edmonds down to 6. Looks like he's probably going to be somewhere in the 60s and an B potential. Although that stamina is low, he may end up being a reliever. Another one that could be a reliever. Got an A in the 60s. Terrible strikeouts and home runs, but great hits and walks per 9. Francisco doesn't have a ton of strikeouts. He's 21. Estes is overrated. This one looks like a high C, low B in the high 50s, low 60s. Richard Duke. Same thing here with Hoyt James. Some closers we looked at. Sammy Borrero. Looks like he's going to be at least a B, maybe a very small chance at a low A. Great hits and strikeouts per 9. Walks are a bit of a concern, but we've lived with that with closers in the past. Daryl Bove, I guess that's how you say his name. Daryl Bove. Haven't gotten him scattered out all the way. Another one with good hits and strikeouts, but low walks. Some other guys didn't get a chance to look at. Phil Perez, non-rated. I would definitely take a chance on him later in the draft. Catchers didn't get much scouted. First base, do have Adam Roberts. Looks like he's going to be probably a C in the 50s. Good contact, not much power. Second base, John Cruz. Looks like he's going to be a C, maybe a low B potential. Depends on where he falls in there. Good bat, not much of a glove. Third base, Vernon Gonzalez. Looks like he's got a good chance to be a B in the 60s. Not much power, really good contact, good fielding reaction, just not a strong arm. And if that set right there, he looks like he'd be more inclined to play second base or first base, although that power is not first base. Got another 21-year-old Dan Falk. Just took a shot. I could do him in 1 week, and nothing special there. Shortstop, Kevin Redmond. Definite B. Outside chance at being an A, but he's probably a B in the 60s. 21-year-old can play second, short, or third. Great power bat. Not much of a contact hitter. Really good defense. Has great speed considering. And definitely thinking about him as well. Found this Leandro Santana. Didn't get a chance to get him all the way scouted up. Really good contact. Not much defense. Great speed. So may have to consider him later, even though he's not fully scouted. Bobby Siegel, checked him out. And great contact, great fielding, great speed, decent power, but he's injured. And don't want to take an injury risk at number 2. If he falls to the second round, I would definitely consider that. Found this Kiki Robert. Tight splits. Just want to see where he's going to fall. So it looks like he's going to be in the 70s, both for his potential and overall. Still a great bat. Not much on defense, great speed. He's just not going to have much of an upside. Try and find some guys for that second pick that we have. Billy Shepard, another definite for the first overall. Guaranteed B potential in the 70s. His only drawback is he's 21 years old. Can play all 3 outfield spots. His numbers look great. He's very consistent across the board. Hitting wise, really good defense, great arm, great speed. With that arm, the accuracy is off, but the strength is there. Projects to me more as a right fielder at 6'3". So he's a definite possibility as well. And didn't get anybody scouted at right. So a lot of pitchers at the top. Shepard is a strong possibility. Redmond is a strong possibility. And right now, if it comes down to it, we're looking at Damian Weaver, Freddie Lorenz, Billy Shepard, and Kevin Redmond. We're picking second, so we're going to get one of these guys. I would definitely take this A potential guy. I'm more worried about his stamina more than anything else. But the fact that he's 22, that doesn't really help us a whole lot. Weaver, just not good on hits and walks. So it's just going to be a strikeout guy. Might give up too many hits and walks. So to me, it really comes down to probably these two guys. Do I want the power bat that could probably play third base and still have speed, or take the 20, both 21, or take this guy that's more well-rounded and can be our everyday right fielder? So it just depends on who goes with the first pick. We'll adjust from there. If this guy was 19 years old, I would take him, but at 22, by the time he's ready to go, our team's ready to go, he's going to be 27, where these guys, you know, they'll be 26. I mean, but position players are much harder to find than pitchers. So yeah, we need a lot of position players. And we already have Bremner and a couple other guys down in AA that are decent. So I'm really leaning towards one of these two guys. So let's hop into the draft and see what we get. All right, first on the board, Washington Nationals. Then we pick, then Seattle. We pick again at 43. So there's a bunch of guys here that are going to go. Imagine those relief pitchers that we looked at will probably go in this range right through here. But if one of them slides through and he's better than anything else, then we'll strongly consider that, because you always need relievers. Be nice to find a closer early, but it's not important. It's best player available, so let's start this draft. And with the first pick, 2025 draft, Billy Shepard, center fielder, goes to the Nationals. So the guy that we really wanted goes first overall. Now we got to make a decision. All right. Do we go with this pitcher who's 20, just doesn't have good hits and walks? We could go with the 22-year-old guaranteed A potential pitcher. Could be in the 70s with great walks per nine. 4-pitch pitcher. Or do we take this guy that can move to third base and he'll give us power? No guarantee that he's an A, probably a B in the 60s. Better power against lefties and righties. Better hitter against lefties and righties. Hard to find those infielders. Man, I just wish this guy wasn't 22, but there's only 1 year difference between the two of them. And I wasn't planning on doing this, but we're getting a guaranteed A potential pitcher. And we're going to take Freddie Lorenz with our first pick. Welcome to the Angels. A potential left-handed starting pitcher, Freddie Lorenz. And the third pick of the draft, going to Seattle, is Kevin Redmond, the shortstop. So our top three guys were definitely top three. See what's available as we get into our next pick. Estes went. Damian Weaver, number one on our board, goes fifth. Any other guys that we had is non-rated. Sliding up here. Look at that reach. 95 overall. Yeager, starting pitcher. Any closers? Barrero goes. And now it is our pick. We've got Rafael Gonzalez on the board. He's a project. Leandro Santana, he's not rated. We'll wait around on him. Wait. Didn't scout these guys. Let's go on our scouted. And we could take Kiki Robert, guaranteed bat to play the outfield. Looks like a left fielder, but pretty sure he's not going to be a B. You could take these guys, these two guys right here. Did he take all the closers? Yeah. 18-year-old closer, just doesn't have great walks per nine. Dan Falk, not much. He's not rated, so I'm willing to wait. He has no potential to be an A. I think we can wait another round on him. There's other pitchers if we don't get them. Man, I wish he was fully scouted. I might take a chance on this closer just because the other guys, the other hitters aren't anything special. So we'll just take Bouvier and hope he comes in as at least a B potential. All right. All these non-rated guys are still there. Looks like the hitters are all gone. So let's not miss out on this guy right here. We'll take Leandro Santana right now and get a left fielder since we have 2 pitchers taken already. All right, 4th round. Looks like this guy's 22 though. Gonna be nothing special. Tell you what, let's take another closer. Phil Perez. Fifth round, we're going to take Richard Duke. And with the 6th round pick, we'll take Sean Espinoza since he has a chance to be an A. Long-term project. If he comes in as A, he'll progress pretty quickly, but I really don't like taking 22-year-olds at this point in the draft. And that's the end of the draft. Once these guys are signed, I will show you what their ratings are. And in the All-Star break, Angels are tied for first. And game and a half lead over the Rangers, 2 games over the A's and the wild card. And in the futures game, Tyler Bremner, our number 1 draft pick, B potential guy, makes it to the futures game. Although that 5-8 record is not real good. He's lost a few games here after we won the first half. And Jesus Made makes the game as well. And the National League wins the futures game 4-3. Andrew Painter with the win, Cade Anderson lost, and Jack Dreyer with the save. Look at this box score. Jesus Made goes 1 for 3 with a strikeout. That hit was a double. Got a home run by Christian Campbell in the game. Bremner, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. On the other side, Brady Ebel, 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Ethan Holiday, 3 hits. Home run by Ebel. And the National League wins. And now it's time to sign draft picks. Freddie Lorenz, we got him 92% motivated. Wants $9.5 million and takes that. So welcome to the team, Freddie Lorenz. Santana, that non-rated outfielder, declines the first offer. Richard Duke, he signs. Phil Perez, declines. Sean Espinoza, declines. All right. So we'll throw the closer that we drafted on here and trying to get his motivation up and get these last 4 guys signed. All right. Phil Perez declines again. Santana signs. Espinoza declines. So last 3 guys left to get signed. One more time. Espinoza declines. Perez finally signs. And Bove signs. There we go. So we're just down to Sean Espinoza. We should get him done before the deadline. And Espinoza finally signs. And we've reached the trade deadline. We can't make any more trades. We did our 1 trade with Neto for Made, but I want to show you what other trades have been made so far. Hunter Harvey for Wilmer Flores, nothing there. Jojo Romero for Nacho Alvarez. Not sure why the Cardinals would want a shortstop when they have Mason Wynn. Ashcraft for Noda. Here we go. Jonathan Aranda to the Yankees for Chase Hampton. Seiya Suzuki to the Marlins for Ronnie Henriquez, Javier Sanoa, and Anthony Bender. Cubs get Eduardo Julian for Porter Hodge. Mets get Bailey Ober for Carson Bench and Kevin Parada. Yankees get Brooks Baldwin. Rays get Agustin Ramirez for Shane Baz. Alec Burleson goes to the Royals for Seth Lugo. Astros get Tommy Pham for Tyler Whitaker. Drew Romo to the Reds for Julian Aguilar. Trent Grisham to the Diamondbacks for Ryan Nelson, James McCann, and AJ Puck. Twins get David Fry. Oviedo goes to the Cubs. Ryan Jeffers to the Rangers for Sebastian Walcott. That's a big trade. And there's Jordan Lawler for Ricky Tiedemann. They traded 2 top prospects for each other. And that looks like it on the trade side right there as we hit the trade deadline. So now we need to sim this date. There we go. Let's see what our draft pick overalls and potentials turn out to be. Freddie Lorenz, 91 overall, 69 potential, great walks per 9. Pitching clutch is a bit low, stamina is a bit low, but he should do really well in the sim, and an A potential, he should progress really well. Closer, 86 overall, 70 overall, 86 potential, so we got a good one there. Good guess. Great strikeouts and hits per 9. Walks are going to be Clutch is pretty decent though, so 18 years old. If he doesn't turn out to be our closer, we got a stud relief pitcher, if nothing else, that we can grow with. Leandro Santana, 87 overall, 61 potential, no defense, but a great leadoff hitter. Can play DH, get good contact, vision, not too bad discipline and clutch, great speed and stealing. Just got to work on his defense, but like I said, he can play left field, he can play DH. Looks like we might have our leadoff hitter of the future right there. Phil Perez, another closer. This guy was a discovered player. A potential, 69 overall. This guy might be our potential closer down the road. Wow, 2 really good closers. And I really wasn't trying to add 2 closers, but we'll take it. Richard Duke, B potential, 62 overall, 19 years old. So maybe he can grow up, get that walks and strikeouts up. Not bad, another B. And then we get an A potential starting pitcher in Sammy Espinoza that's only a 57 overall. And he's 22 years old, so he's going to take a while. So he might not make any big contribution until much later in his 20s, but at least we got another A potential pitcher to grow with great velocity. So what a draft. We get 3 A's and 3 B's. So yeah, cannot complain about that. 69, 70, 61, 69, 62, 57. So yeah, there we go. I'd say that's very, very good draft. Let's go look at the other players. Howard Fransky, 94 overall, 64 potential, 22-year-old. Sammy Barrero, the other closer, 89 potential, 75 overall. There you go. He went before we could get our second pick. Cruz was at second baseman, so 63 overall, 75 potential. Redmond, the shortstop we thought about, 87 potential, 64 overall, terrible contact against righties, more power against lefties and righties. That split there, doing better against lefties and righties, was one reason I decided not to go with him. They get an 89 potential, 58 overall, Luis Valenzuela. He's going to be a reliever. I will make him a reliever with that stamina. Get an A potential catcher. Nothing there. Isaac Samuel, A potential, 54 overall catcher. There's a third baseman, Barack Peck, 89-46. 94 potential, 61 overall, Scott Heron, borderline starter. 84 pitchers, both these guys. Vern Gonzalez, we thought about him. Really good contact, no pop at all. There's a B potential. 91 potential, Damian Weaver, number 1 on our list, but that pitching clutch, hits per 9. I was worried about the hits per 9, not the pitching clutch, because we have no way that we can look at pitching clutch, but see how well he does in the future with the Cardinals. They also get a potential closer in Velasquez. Didn't scout him. Robert White, 60 overall, 97 potential, Dan Falk. Wasn't interested in him because everything looked down, and as you see it, everything is down, but power against lefties, but he's an A potential, so good pick there by the Diamondbacks. Kaminsky, 89-59. Catcher, 82 potential. It's a 97 potential starting pitcher. Good job by the Giants. Follow up with a 94. He's only a 49 overall. He'll take forever. Same thing with this guy. Gary Edmonds, 85-65. That's a reliever. These guys in the 40s are going to take forever. Francisco, 85-64. Terrible pitching clutch. An a potential second baseman. Ira Short, didn't scout him at all. A couple of high potential outfielders here. And then there we go. Let's go back. It was Washington, right? Washington took Billy Shepard. So that was the guy we were really wanting to get, and he turns out to be the hitter we thought he was going to be, but he's 81 potential, 71 overall, so he is a B potential, but he doesn't have a lot of room to grow. And so, hey, I will definitely live with this draft class right here. Can't go wrong with 3 A's and 3 B's in your first draft. I just wish we would have gotten more than one hitter, but now we have some pitchers to fill in this organization and get us going. We can really look to get some more hitters next year. And now we are through the month of August. Give you a quick standings update for all the teams. The Angels have dropped all the way to last place in the American League West. And you can see they were in the number 2 wild card spot earlier. They've dropped all the way down 4 games back, and only 6 games from being the worst team in the American League. Since the All-Star break, starting here in this series against the Philadelphia Phillies, we've gone 13-27 on the Major League side. Got a little hot here at the end of the month of August. Down in AAA, the Bees have gone 17-22. And AA, the Trash Pandas have gone 19-18. So, a little mixed bag there with all 3 teams as we head into the month of September. Trash Pandas are 4 games back in the second half, but you can see the W next to their name means they won the first half, so they will be in the playoffs. The Bees on the other side are 5 games back in the Pacific Coast West, so they've got work to do if they want to get in the playoffs. And stat-wise, Nico Cavadas leads the AA team with 127 hits, 22 home runs, and 76 RBI. And he is a C potential, so he's got some pop and definitely can hit lefties, even though he's a left-handed batter. So he may have a future, at least as a backup in the major leagues, until we get better backups. Jesus Mate hitting 276, 6 home runs, 49 RBI, 20 stolen bases. And Nelson Rada hitting 296 with 18 home runs, 45 RBI, and 15 steals. Rio Foster is a D potential, but he's coming on strong with the power. He's got 18 home runs. Pitching side, Victor Medeiros is 12-3 with a 3.04 ERA, 139 strikeouts. George Clausen dinged up right now, 5-9, but he has 147 strikeouts, 140 innings. And Tyler Bremner, 136 Ks, 136 innings, ERA just over 3 with an 8-9 record. Sandy Gaston, 130 strikeouts, 134 innings. And Sean Anderson, who is a D potential and 30 years old, is really nothing special. Relief pitcher side, Chase Shores pitching okay. Who else? Talon Haley's doing really well. Fermin's got 37 saves. And this converted starting pitcher, Mason Erla, is doing really well. In AAA, Brandon Drury, who is not on the 40-man roster, so we will have him next year. 12 home runs, 44 RBI, hitting 246. And he's going up across the board, even though he's 32 years old. So that's good. Another bat we can use off the bench. And on the pitching side, Dakota Hudson, another starting pitcher not on the 40-man roster, 30 years old, but he's having a great year. 3.05 ERA and going up across the board. So I guess that's good. And on the bullpen side, Carson Fulmer, Hunter Strickland, those guys are not on the 40-man roster. We will have them going forward. And we have 2 weeks left in the AA season, 3 weeks left in the AAA season, and a whole month left on the Major League side. I will get the September call-ups done. Players we're not going to be worrying about anyway because they're getting cut at the end of the season, so it really doesn't matter who they are. Man, the Trash Pandas would go 4-6 in their last 10 for the season, so they finished 3 games out in the second half, but they'll still be in the playoffs since they won the Northern Division of the Southern League in the first half. AAA side, the Bees finished 3 games back, so they are not going any further this season. And on the Major League side, the Angels 72-78, still 11 games back in the division. And 2.5 games back on the wild card. A lot of teams to jump over there. And Mike Trout looking for home run number 400. He has 17 on the season. He is 5 home runs shy of 400. A couple of injuries this year that's knocked down his playing time. which is par for the course going all the way back here to probably 2016. AA final stats, Jesus Made led the team with 136 hits. Nico Cavadas led in runs scored. Home runs, Cavadas with 22, Rio Foster 20, Nelson Rada with 20. RBI side, Cavadas 77, Foster 72. And you can see Made, 6 home runs, 51 RBIs, 22 steals, hit 276. Rada, 20 home runs, 53 RBIs, 15 steals, 284. Pitching side, Medeiros finished at 12-4 with a 323. Clausen 6-10 with a 360. Sean Anderson 11-8 with a 364. Tyler Bremner 8-11 with a 326. Sandy Gaston was 9-10 with a 396. So all our ERAs are below 4. And Clausen, more strikeouts than innings pitched. Gaston as many strikeouts as innings pitched. Bremner fell off near the end. And on the bullpen side, Talon Haley, 2.12 ERA, not bad for that lefty. And Mason Erla, that converted starting pitcher, 3.34 ERA. Jose Fermin, 39 saves. And yeah, that was a pretty good year, and we will be going to the playoffs. And over on the AAA side, Brandon Drury, like I said, he's not on the 40-man, so we will have him next year, hit 243, 12 home runs, 47 RBI, going up across the board at age 32. Bullpen side, Carson Fulmer, we will have him next year. Hunter Strickland, we will have him next year. And Jose Quijada, who is the closer on the AAA side, we will have him as well, since he was not on the 40-man for some reason. And we are about to begin the Southern League playoffs, as the Chattanooga Lookouts and the Trash Pandas will be playing in the first round. On the other half, the Biscuits won both halves, so they will get a bye, and they will play the winner of our series. A quick 3-game series, start on the road, come back for 2. It'll be George Clausen against TJ Sikema. Game 2, Victor Medeiros, Carson Spires. Game 3, Tyler Bremner and Lyon Richardson. And I plan on quick managing these games so we get to watch what happens, and we will hop in as situations arise for any player, not just Rada or Made or whoever. We will hop in and try and help them out and get them through this round and hopefully through the next round and get us a AA championship. Here we are, Oak Street Park, Chattanooga hosting Game 1, this first round of the playoffs. All right, leading off, Jesus Made. He walks, steals second. Rada grounds out, Crouch strikes out. Carter Keyboom flies out, so nothing there. Bottom of the inning, fly out, a single. Fielder's choice gets us out. Blankenship flies out. Calabrese flies out. Foster strikes out. 2 outs. Single. 3 outs. Cavadas. Guzman. Made walks again. Steals second base. Let's bat with Rada and try and get on the board first here. All right, Rada has worked it to a 3-1 count. Got the go-ahead run out at second base, and there's ball 4. We're going to have 2 guys on and 2 out. That'll bring in Josh Crouch. Looking for an RBI here. Swings through it.
0-1's the count.
Crouch down on the count, 0-1. There's a ground ball. No, base hit into left field. Run around third. Here comes the throw. He is safe. And Rocket City up 1-0 here. Crouch with a nice base hit there. Fooled me. Thought it was a ground ball. It was a little looping flare over short. Go back to quick sim. Carter Keyboom, 2 on, 2 out. He flies out, but we're up 1-0. Walk. Fielder's choice. Stolen base. Strikeout. And we get out of it. Good. Blankenhorn out. Error. Strikeout. A single. So a minute at the corners and 2 out for Guzman. He flies out. Go to the bottom half. A single. Strikeout. A double play. There we go. Made flies out. Rada singles. Steals second base. Crouch pops it up. Keyboom strikes out. So still 1-0. Bottom of 5. Single. Fly out. Fielder's choice. Fly out. Runs at a premium. Calabrese with a home run. It's 2-0 Trash Pandas. New pitcher now. A walk. Single. 2 on, 2 out. Made 0 for 1 with 2 walks, 2 steals, and a run scored today. It's ahead in the count, 2-1. And the pitch. Pops it up on the infield. Catcher's going to have that. And we fail to score another run. All right, bottom of the 6th. Fly out. A fly out. A ground out. 6 shutout innings for Clausen. Ground out. A ground out. A fly out. Bottom of the 7th. Gives up a single. Fly out. Double play. There we go. 7 shutout innings. New pitcher. Pop up. Strikeout. Single. A walk. 3-run shot by Guzman. It's 5-0. Trash Pandas. Wow. And new pitcher comes in. Amade strikes out. So we're going to take Clausen out. We don't want to chance it here. Let's go to Peralta since we have 2 lefties to start the inning. Get a strikeout. A ground out. A walk. Strikeout. Off to the 9th. Single by Rada. We're going to steal. Crouch pops up. Keyboom grounds out. Blankenhorn strikes out. Off to the 9th. New pitcher. Closer. Jose Fermin. Strikeout. Double. Walk. Double. It's 5-2. Hit by pitch. Single. It's 5-3. We got to go get a new pitcher. We're going to bring in Victor. Stolen base. Strikeout. Need one more out. And there we go. He comes in and gets a couple of strikeouts, and we win 5-3. Rocket City gets the big Game 1 win. Clausen pitched well. Lookouts rallied in the 9th, but fell short as we're 1 win away from moving on. Take on Montgomery. There's a line score. Clausen, no runs, 5 hits, 7 innings. Guzman with that big 3-run shot. That was the difference in the game. And now Game 2, chance to clinch the series. Victor Medeiros coming in facing Carson Spires. For some reason, we don't get the win. We have Tyler Bremner in Game 3. There we are at All-American Ballpark. Back home with a chance to clinch either Game 2 or Game 3. All right, top of the 1st. Ground out. Strikeout. Single. Ground out. Out of the inning. Rada strikes out. Made flies out. Foster flies out. Go to the 2nd inning. Single. 2 outs, or 2 singles in a row. A fielder's choice. Man at the corners and 2 out. Fly out gets out of the jam. Fly out. Strikeout. Strikeout. Off to the 3rd. Walk. Stolen base. Ground out. Ground out. And a walk. 2 on, 2 out. Strikeout gets out of that jam. Fly out. A walk. Double play. We still have no hits through 3. Single. Strikeout. Fly out. Double. It's 1-0. Lookouts. Strikeout. That's all I get. Strikeout. A walk. Steal of 2nd. Strikeout. Blankenhorn strikes out. Man, not doing it today on the offensive side. Hit by pitch. A walk. Ground out. 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. Ground out. Nobody scores. And we get out of it with 3 ground outs. Bottom of the 5th. Ground out. New pitcher for some reason. Ground out. And a single. That's our first hit of the day. A walk. A single. It's tied at 1 now. Rada's up. Let's go watch him bat. We're going to watch him bat. All right. 2 on, 2 out. Tie game here in the 5th. Nelson Rada 0 for 2. Swing and a miss on strike 1. He's 2 for 6 in the series. Having a rough day today. And the 2 out. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to 3rd. Scoop. Throw to 1st. And they get out of that jam. But we get this game tied up at 1 as we head to the 6th. All right. Top of the 6th. Bottom 3 in their order. Double. Pinch runner. A walk. And we're going to the pen. Go to Haley. It's been great all season. Single. It's 2-1. A single. It's 3-1. Man. Strikeout. Strikeout. Oh, back to the pen. Let's go with Shores. Fly out. So now we're down 2. Ground out. Hit by pitch. Strikeout. A strikeout. Leadoff walk. Strikeout. A single. 2 on, 1 out. A single. It's now 4-1. Error. Have the bases loaded. Let's go to Smith. Double. It's now 6-1. And, yeah, looks like we're not going to win this one. Offense not showing up. Pitching not showing up. Finally get another hit. And we go to the 8th. Solo shot. 7-1 now. 2 out, single. Bottom of the 8th. Don't think we're going to have a miraculous comeback here. Solo shot by Foster makes it 7-2. And new pitcher going to bring in Peralta. Get a strikeout, a single, double. It's 8-2. Hit by pitch. Man, got to go to the bullpen again. Go back to Victor. Fielder's choice and a strikeout. So we're down 6. Strikeout, and a double. 2 outs, strikeout. And we lose 8-2. So the series is tied. All important game 3. See the line score. Their pitcher left early, no runs in 4 1/3. Medeiros gives up 3. Bullpen gives up 5 in 3 innings. All right, game 3, all-important deciding game. Tyler Bremner, one of our top pitching prospects, trying to keep us alive in the playoffs. All right, top of the first. Walk. Fielder's choice. Double, it's 1-0. And that's all. Pop up. A double by Made. Single by Foster. It's tied at 1. Another walk, 2 on, 2 out. Keyboom grounds out. So game tied. Pop up. Single. Triple, it's 2-1. Single, it's 3-1. And get out of that. Crouch. Cavades. Calabrese. Off to the 3rd. Walk. Man, he is not doing it today. Double play. Ground out. Get out of the jam. Walk for Rada. Steals second base. Made grounds out. Man on 3rd. 1 out. Let's go for the sac fly. Yep. And it's 3-2 now. So only down 1. Go to the 4th. Ground out. Line out. Strike out. Guzman grounds out. Keyboom out. Crouch out. Go to the 5th. 1, 2. Single. Strikeout. That's 3. Go to the bottom of the inning. Strikeout. Fly out. A single. Steals second base. Made. Single. It's 1st and 3rd. 2 outs. Foster. 3-run shot, and we have a 5-3 lead. There we go. What a breakout season for him. Another single and a fly out. So we're up 2 runs here. Go to the 6th inning. Leave him in for a couple of batters. Single. Fielder's choice. And we're going to the pen. Going to go to Haley. Caught stealing. Fly out. There we go. Off to the bottom of the 6th. New pitcher. Ground out. Double. Fly out. A strikeout. Single. Now going back to the bullpen. Going to go with Jovan. Fly out. A walk. A fly out. Another walk. Bases loaded. 2 out. Another walk. It's 5-4. And we're going to the bullpen again. And go back to Victor. Fly out. Hang on to a slim 1-run lead here as we go to the bottom of the inning. Pop up. Solo shot by Made. It's 6-4. Single. Fly out. And a strikeout. So we go to the 8th inning. Up 2. Strikeout. Double. Fly out. Ground out. There we go. Still have the lead. Bottom of the 8th. Ground out. Strikeout. And a fly out off to the 9th. New pitcher. Going to Fermin to try and close this out. Strikeout. Double. Walk. Strikeout. And a pop-up, and we win. The Trash Pandas are moving on to take on the Montgomery Biscuits. There we go. Celebrate their first playoff series victory in the franchise. That man right there, a big 3-run homer. Was hoping to get it done in game 2 so Bremner could start the first game, but whatever it takes, man. And here's the box score. Gave up 10 hits and 7 walks. Luckily, no home runs for them. Rada 1 for 3 with a walk, 2 runs. Made 3 for 3, 3 runs scored, hit a home run. Foster 3 for 3, hit a home run, huge home run, drove in 5. Bottom half of the order did nothing. Rada with 2 steals. Bremner pitched well enough. Keep us in the game, and the bullpen, a little touch and go there at times, but we got the win. All right, Southern League Championship Series, best 2 out of 3. First game is at home. The other 2 are on the road if we go 3. We're going to go with Sean Anderson, the veteran starting pitcher. He's going to get game 1 against Trevor Martin. And then game 2, George Claassen against J.J. Goss. And if we go 3, We'll have Tyler Bremner against Brian Van Bell. And Medeiros has had a rough postseason in here. Whip of 2, so we're not going to rely on him. And we'll just go with those 3 and see how it goes. All right, made some changes in the lineup. Moved Cavados and Crouch up. Moved Blankenhorn and Keyboom down. And we're ready to go for game 1. Here we are, All-American Park. Montgomery Biscuits at the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Big game 1 here. Got to get off to the quick lead. And you'll see several familiar people over there on the right. There's Xavier Isaac, Bobby Seymour, Theo Gillen, those guys from my Tampa Bay Rays franchise. All right, top of the first. Get a ground out, another ground out. There we go. Bottom half, ground out, a walk to Made. Steals second base. Foster, the big 3-run homer man, flies out. Cavados strikes out. Top of the second. Single by Seymour. A 2-run shot by Theo Gillen. Strikeout. A walk. A single. 2 on, 1 out. Fly out. See if we can get out of this. There we go. Only gave up 2 runs. Single by Guzman. Strikeout. Pop up. A 2-run shot by Blankenhorn. There we go. We dropped him down in the order. He's struggling and he responded. Ground out. So we're tied at 2. Error. Fly out. A double makes it 3-2. A single makes it 4-2. Fly out and a ground out. So far, my decision to go with Anderson hasn't worked out. 2 out, walk to Foster. Nothing there. Go to the 4th. Ground out. Strike out. Ground out. Bottom half. Guzman singles. Single by Crouch. Fly out. Fielder's choice. And a strikeout. Nothing happens. Go to the 5th. Ground out. Strikeout. A walk, strikeout, so don't get bitten by Gillen again. Rada with a solo shot makes it a 1-run game. 2 outs, 3 outs. We go to the 6th, new pitcher, and we're going to go with Haley since we have 2 lefties in this inning. Ground out, fly out, ground out. There we go. Bottom half, strikeout, a single, an error, and he's out at the plate, I assume, or on the bases. A walk. We have 2 on and 2 out for Carter Keyboom. Let's go bat. And they're going to bring in a new pitcher. And coming in, Jonathan Hernandez. All right, 2 on, 2 out. Carter Keyboom. Pitches back to the backstop. Wild. Bounces halfway out to the mound. And we have men at 2nd and 3rd and 2 out now. A base hit will give us the lead. We're down in a count 1-2 now. Got to put this ball in play. And there's a shot over second base. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. And we're going to have 2 runs in as Carter Keyboom comes through with a 2-out clutch RBI double. And we are up 5-4. Let's go. All right, top of the order now. Rada. He singles. Got men at the corners. 2 out. And we're going to try and steal here. Steal second. There we go. So now we have 2nd and 3rd and 2 out. Base hit will get us 2 more runs. Walks. Now we have bases loaded for Foster. He grounds out the end of the inning, but we take a 5-4 lead. Fly out. Single. Strikeout. Ground out. There we go. Bottom of the inning. Solo shot by Cavadas. It's 6-4. New pitcher. Solo shot back to back. It's 7-4. 1 out. A walk. Strikeout. A walk. Rada, 2 on, 2 out. Walks. Bases are loaded. 2 out. Made strikes out. Go to the 8th. New pitchers coming in. Going to Sammy Peralta. All these left-handed batters. Ground out. Double. Pop up. Pop up. All right. Off to the bottom half. New pitcher. Strikeout. Fly out. Ground out. Go to the 9th. New pitcher. Vermeen's coming in. Try and get this save. Fly out, a triple, a ground out, and a ground out, and we win 7-4. And a huge come-from-behind victory for the Trash Pandas as they steal Game 1 of this 3-game championship series. See the line score. Martin gives up 3, Anderson gives up 3, and Rada, home run. Gillen, home run. We hit 3 in that game. We take Game 1, 7-4. And the Major League season is over. The Mariners won the division. A's and Rangers both get in as wild cards, and the Angels finished 77 and 85. It's going to be a few years before we get back to that level. And we are, where are we at compared to everybody else? So we have 4 other teams in the American League below us. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams. So we're in the 11th spot. We're going to need a little bit of luck in the draft lottery. Be nice if we could at least move up and get into the top 10. You can see the Yankees, Detroit are number 1 and number 2 seeds. Kansas City playing Seattle, Texas against the A's. National League side, Dodgers and Phillies are 1, 2 seeds. Padres, Mets, Cubs, and Braves. All right, game 2, George Clason against Trevor Martin. See if we can get this quick 2-game sweep and win the series. Otherwise, game 3 is going to be Tyler Bremner and JJ Goss. All important, game 2. Trash Pandas trying to win the series. Biscuits trying to hang on. All right, top of the first. Rada leading off. Pops up. Calabrese singles. Made doubles. It's 1-0 Trash Pandas. Single by Cavados. It's 2-0. Strikeout and a strikeout. So early lead there. Single. Fly out. A double play. Second inning. Guzman with a single. A walk. A single. We have bases loaded. Nobody out for Rada. Let's take a look at this at bat. All right, Nelson Rada. Starting center fielder. Just shy of a 2020 season. Big RBI chance here in the second. Takes a strike. See what he's done in the series. 2-5 with a home run. Now Rada down on a count 0-2. Here's a pitch from Martin. High fly ball into shallow center field. Don't think that's going to be nearly deep enough. Here's the catch. Here comes the throw. Cut off. And it stays at 2-0. And they're going to the pen for some reason. Wow. New pitcher coming in. Caleb Bauschle. Not sure if the starting pitcher Martin got hurt or what. In steps David Calabrese. 1 for 1 in the game. 1 for 4 in the series. Got a full count now. Bases loaded. 1 out here in the second. Jesus Made on deck. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into left center field on the run. Caught. Runner's going to tag. Here comes the throw. And it's not in time. Way up the first baseline. It's 3-0 Trash Pandas. Here's Made. 1 for 1 with an RBI double in the first. RBI chance here. 2 on, 2 out. Down in the count 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Montgomery, 1 pitch from getting out of this inning with only giving up 1 run. And they do a swing and a miss, and Made strikes out. All right, bottom of the second, 3-0 lead. Strikeout, walk, strikeout, stolen base, a walk, fly out of that one. Double by Cavadas, ground out, a pop-up, so go to the third, ground out, 3 straight. There we go, 4th inning. 1 out, 2 out, 3 out, bottom of the 4th, pop up, ground out. There we go. Only 1 hit allowed so far by Clason. Double by Calabrese. Strikeout, fly out, strikeout. No runs added there. Bottom of the inning. Solo shot by Bush makes it 3-1. Walk. 2-run shot by Jones, and we are tied. Single, walk, and we got to go to the pen. And we're going to Peralta. Double play, that's very helpful. A walk and a ground out. So we only give up 3. Game's tied. Here we go to the 6th inning. Strikeout, fly out, bottom half, ground out, walk, fly out, a fly out off to the 7th. Pop up, single, stolen base, Calabrese. Singles, man at the corners, and 1 out for Made. Let's watch this at bat. All right, another big RBI shot here for Jesus Made. Got to get this ball out of the infield. High strike for strike 1. See, 1 for 3 with a double in the game, 1 for 6 in the series. Down in count 0-1, man at the corners, 1 out. And that's a long one to right, and that one is not coming back. Deep into the night, a 3-run blast out of the ballpark. Jesus Made has just given us a 3-run lead. My goodness. Can't wait for his power to develop. That was a bomb. That's one of the reasons why we traded for him. This guy can hit the ball. Watch this replay. Here's the pitch. There it goes. Yep, Jesus, you can pimp that one. That was an absolute nuke. And that's going to be it, as the Biscuits have to go to their pen. They're going to bring in Joey Gerber. Go back to simming here. Strikeout, single, a ground out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Go to the bullpen. Going to bring in, let's go to Zephyr John. Ground out, strikeout, fly out, off to the 8th. Strikeout, ground out, error, double by Rada. It's 7-3. Go to the bottom half. I'm going to leave him in. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. There we go. Off to the 9th inning. Made, strikeout. Cavadas, single. Blankenhorn, double play. And now we go to the bullpen. Fermin coming in to try and close this out. Single. Fielder's choice. Strikeout. Let's go pitch with him. We'll actually pitch. All right, 1 out away. Try this slider down and away. Oh, he hangs it and he swings through it. Heading to count 0-1. 2 out in the 9th. And he takes strike 2. 1 strike to go. Let's throw a changeup down. See if we can get him to chase. And it's a fly ball into right. That was a hanger. But it's going to be caught. And the Trash Pandas win this series 2-0. And you are Southern League champions, Rocket City. Let's go. First championship in the franchise for the Angels draft-only franchise. Check out this box score. Rada 2 hits. Made 2 hits, 4 RBIs. Had a double and a home run. 3 hits for Cavadas. Rada with a steal. Klassen got in some trouble with the bullpen. Only 1 hit allowed with 5 strikeouts in the last 5 innings. And we win the Southern League Championship. And the Dodgers have defeated the Tigers in the 2025 World Series. See, the A's beat the Rangers. Then they upset the Yankees. Seattle beat Kansas City. Detroit beat Seattle in 5 games. And then Detroit sweeps the A's to go to the World Series. National League side, Padres beat the Mets. Then they lose to the Dodgers in 5. Braves sweep the Cubs. Then they upset the Phillies 3-2. Go to the NLCS. Dodgers win that in 5 games. And then the Dodgers win the World Series in 5. Go to the awards. Max Muncy, World Series MVP, 444, 2 home runs. Nathan Lukes, postseason MVP for the American League. Will Smith, postseason MVP for the National League. MVP, look at Zach Wheeler, 23-2, finished second to Shohei Ohtani. American League, Aaron Judge with 51 home runs. Cy Young, Tarek Skubal. Zach Wheeler. Aaron Judge, batting title in the American League. Xavier Edwards, 351 in the National League. My goodness. Reliever of the year, Justin Sterner for the A's. Justin Martinez. Rookie of the year, Nick Kurtz. And Heriberto Hernandez. Hank Aaron to Aaron Judge and Fernando Tatis. And Gold Gloves. Nobody from the Angels. And Silver Sluggers. Adele and Taylor finished just out of the Silver Slugger in the outfield. And there we go. And Mike Trout finishes 1 home run shy of 400, so he's going to have to do it for a different team because he's getting cut as soon as we get into the offseason. So 399 career home runs with the Angels. So all there is left to do is to advance, get to the offseason, cut all of our guys, and do the Rule 5 draft. I will do that in the next episode, the next season that'll start season 2, because we have to replace our entire 26-man MLB roster with Rule 5 draft picks and get all of our minor leagues set up and then get into that season. And we will fly through that one as well because we really don't care about those Rule 5 draft pick guys. We want our draft players, the guys we just drafted, to come in, get them set up on the AA team, and maybe keep all of our guys from this year back at AA so we have another strong season there, and then maybe try to move them up to AAA the following year. But that's going to do it for season 1 of the Los Angeles Angels draft only franchise. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the faster pace, get through these early seasons and show some of our young prospects, but we got to get them developed up first and get more guys drafted and on the team. So we will do this fast pace again next season. But if you like content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode goes live. And I will see you very soon with season 2 of the LA Angels draft only franchise. You guys take care.